Hello, hello, beautiful people. Welcome. The others are still finishing, but I figured I would start and we could just kind of smooth transition over. Um, Today is both Pick-Pong-A-Thon sprints as well as round 5 of the amazing Reading with Neva's reading sprints. So there is going to be hopefully some people jumping over from part 4. I know that it is getting very, very late or very early, depending on where you are. It is only 6 o'clock here in Australia, so we are going to be going from 6 p.m. until 10 p.m. So we're here for 4 hours. I'm thinking we're kind of going to do like a 15-minute sprint type situation. But if we end up chatting too much longer, that'll be fine too. My parents are here. Anthony has the baby. So I am here, yours completely, for the total 4 hours. Let me know in the comments if you're participating in Pick-Pong-A-Thon, what book you're on, what you're reading. And also, I'm joined by some lovely people. We have the lovely Paige from Pages with Paige and Neva from Reading with Neva. Both are amazing co-hosts for Pick-Pong-A-Thon, and Neva is the lovely brainchild behind 24-hour reading sprints once a month. Whether it's a good brain or bad brain, I don't even know at this point because she ends up crazy every time, but it's so much fun. I was trying to tell some people that we were going to do 24-hour reading sprints, but I didn't say reading sprints. I said, because obviously in the graphic it says 24-hour sprints. And I had an ex-boyfriend reach out to me and be like, oh, congratulations, you've got fit enough to run for a long period of time. And I was like,
who is going to run for 24 hours? What do you mean? That doesn't even make sense.
It was almost like he thought it was like a relay type situation where like we'd run and like tag team. And I was like, no. Either way, I was
absolutely not. If that was what I was expected to do, this would not be happening.
I couldn't even run for an hour, let alone 4. Anyway,
wow.
What are you guys all reading tonight?
Okay.
We're both reading a Jack Heath book.
Ow!
That makes me happy.
I'm so glad.
I see that there is a bookmark in there. So you've already started. Are you enjoying it?
Yes, very much so. It is fabulous.
It is the perfect level of, whenever I describe that to people, I kind of say it is a combination of Dexter versus Criminal Minds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think for me, I didn't realize that it was like multiple cases per book. Like, because he's doing different ones throughout, which I like. Keeps it going.
Moving into each book, though, ends up, like in later books, it's just one. In this one, it's a lot because obviously he's building that relationship with the detective.
Yeah, but, I like it, though.
Or the FBI agent or whatever she is. But, yeah. I'm only 30 pages into Kill Your Husbands, which is an arc that comes out in November that I got sent from Jack and Alan and Unwin. And ironically, it had a bottle of wine in it, but it wasn't actually a bottle of wine. It was a bottle of wine filled with red jelly beans.
That's so cute.
It had a little tag on it that said, "Till death do us part." I was like, love it.
That's glorious.
Because this follows the story of 3 couples that decide to go to like this secluded, like remote cabin. And then they decide to do like a little bit of like a partner swap where all 3 husbands go into a room that's dark and then each woman picks a door. And then you jump right into the book where 2 of the husbands are dead. One is being held at knife point by a woman. We don't know if it's his wife or not. And then one of the other women is missing. And then the 3rd woman has run into the police officer who's walked into this crime scene. So, yeah, it's pretty intense and I love it. But I'm going to be jumping between that and an audiobook of the new, not so new Tilly Cole, the one about the EDM Dance King. What's it called? A Wish for Us. Because I have to talk about both of them on our podcast next Tuesday at work. So I have to read both of them by Tuesday. So, yeah.
I believe in you.
I semi-believe in myself. Neva, you're diamond painting. Your hair looks great. Where are you up to in the reading front?
Thank you so much. So I have like 2 hours left of Akatar. Will I finish it? Who knows?
This is
I was
a
on my
reread, right?
yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just need to finish it so I can move on to the second book. I just couldn't remember enough about the first book that when I tried to read the second book, I didn't know what was happening.
Fair.
You know?
Yeah.
But I also read the first book for the first time in 2021, so that's probably
What's happened in that time?
And there has been a lot of other books released in the fantasy romance genre that we have all probably read since then, so it is fair.
Right. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah. So I have 2 hours left of that, so I could read that. I also do have Hangman, but I think I'm going to wait and I'm going to start it tomorrow after I've slept, to be honest.
That's fair.
That's probably a smart idea. Otherwise, we may have another situation of like a ring shout or what was the other one? The one with the hidden pictures.
Yeah. And
it's not creepy, but you might find it creepy because your brain.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that level of chaotic right now. You know what I mean?
Give us 2 hours, then you might decide to change your mind.
I mean, last month I was watching. What was I watching? The Ultimatum. And
that's right. You went down the lesbian
crying about how stupid it was. So.
Yeah. Have you slept yet? Have you had your nap?
Yeah. So, Miss Reading with Neva and Mariah had to go to D&D. Mm-hmm. So they're already home, Ari. Oh. That's why my hair's finished. So my hair was like not finished. It was like she had like pulled the top part into like a knot like behind my head so you can like see it. Mm-hmm. And then they got home at like 11:30. So I slept for like an hour. Mm-hmm. But also like I was dozing off while she was doing my hair, like the entire time she was, because like for some reason people doing my hair is like relaxing to me, so I'm just like sitting here like, so I feel pretty rested at this moment. Okay. Will that change in 2 hours?
I feel like I'm gonna need a coffee and it's only 6 p.m. here, but I have had such a busy day. I raked like the whole backyard, and we had Anthony's brother is our kitchen designer because he's a cabinet maker, come around today, and we designed our whole kitchen renovation.
That's so exciting.
And we had a plan, and then he 1,000,000 times better and designed things that like I couldn't even imagine. So it's going to take probably like 4 to 6 months for me to actually have my new kitchen, but it's going to be worth it because of he's like custom building me cabinets that have like a spice rack and like a little pull-out drawer that I can put all my like mixing spoons in, and then there's like another one that pulls out that all of my like slots all of my oven trays in it, and then he's doing me like a hideaway appliance nook that you can like push up, and then in there is going to be like my coffee machine, my toaster, my kettle, and then above that is going to be fold away doors that have my microwave and cut space for like my tea and my mugs. It's just going to be amazing. Like I just said to him, I was like, look, here's what I would love. If you can make it happen in this space, fantastic. If you can't, don't worry about it. And then he was just like, I can do that. And just made my dream a reality. And
I know it's going to take so long, but when it's done, we need a kitchen tour. Thank you.
Oh, my plan is to do kind of like a renovation
series,
update series kind of thing. I haven't bothered with painting because it just went from like this disgusting like color to white. So I was like, it's not really exciting. So there's not been much with painting, but in terms of renovation, we're getting concurrent renovations happening. So our laundry is turning into a laundry/bathroom, and then our kitchen is getting a full rip out redo. And so I'm going to be living in chaos, hence why I'm probably not going to be able to film Pick-Pong this month, but that's okay.
It'll be worth it for you.
Oh, yeah. And like my kitchen, I dream about it now when I fall asleep. Anyways, we should probably see who's in the comments and say hello. Hello. I'm on the third book for Pick-Pong-A-Thon. I finished Bunny for Name of the Title, Turn of the Key for Mood Read, and I'm now reading Middle Game for Swap. Nice. What did you think of Bunny? I feel like I need your thoughts.
I tried to read that what was it, last year, and I DNF'd it like 10 pages in. I had no idea what was happening.
I think everyone that loves it talks about the fact that they loved it because they didn't know what was happening. And I'm like,
which that's great.
Like,
that's how I felt about Catherine House, but Bunny was just too weird for me. Like, it was, and like, we know I read weird stuff, okay? I'm the connoisseur of weird. Okay, all right, thank you. I'm
the weird stuff I read is monster romance.
But I mean, I'm the connoisseur of weird, okay? I read a book that had Pew Pew play in it, bro. And I got 25% through it before I was like, I can't do this.
Did you say pew pew as in like?
Yeah.
Cool. Just making sure we're on the same page.
It rhymes with fun, but starts with a G.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you.
I read that. I got 25% into that book, and it happened like 2 or 3 times before I was like, I can't handle this.
Can I ask what book that is?
I think it's called The Ritual.
Is that the one with like the gross, like weird half face that looks almost like
it's like a man face with like a cross. Yeah.
And it's
I'm pretty sure that's the book because I read it at the end.
had that on my TBR, but now I'm not so keen. I read
it at the end of last year because I was gonna read it for, I think Riley hosts it. It's like a smut readathon thing that they do like at the end of December.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember what it's called, but like it's like right around Christmas time that they do it. And I was like, oh, I'll just pick this up because it's been on my TBR. It's on Kindle Unlimited, blah, blah, blah. And like within the first like 2 chapters, he is using that implement on her, but it's loaded, bro. And like, I know it's a book. So like
consensually?
No, it's definitely
questionably.
It's definitely like CNC, bro. But because the whole thing is that he's part of this secret society at this college.
Okay.
And one of the rules of the secret society for the guys is that they can't, like, he's in like a mainstream college, but within the college is a secret society. He's part of the secret society. And one of the things that they can't do is have sex before they graduate. It's against the rules. So he uses that. Just like, absolutely not.
No, I'm reading a Goodreads reviews with spoilers.
Yes.
Oh dear, fuck.
So he goes, like, he kills her dad. This is like not even spoilery because it happens in the first like 2 chapters. He kills her dad, and then she's somehow like turned on by this, I guess. I don't know. And he like goes into her room, and like then he breaks into her room every month, and with the thing. And he talks about how it's loaded, bro. And I'm like, what the fuck is wrong with that? No. That's where I found the line. Because, you know, until that point, I really didn't have a line. I was like, cool. Like, we can do this. We can do that. We can have trigger warnings. We can have crazy shit happening. And that was the line. I was like, absolutely. No? Yeah. Sir.
Anthony's feeding Annie dinner downstairs, and I feel like I need to turn the table and just show you how much she's enjoying her pear.
Aww.
Her hair's gotten so long lately.
It is that one, right? That has the.
It seems to be based on the reviews.
Well, because she's reading spoiler reviews, and because somebody told me that they didn't think it was that book, and I was like, I'm pretty sure it's The Ritual.
There's something like in it. It's like trigger warnings for violence, some gunshots here and there.
Yeah, he definitely uses that. Disgusting. I was just like, I can't. Like, what? Because in my anxiety was like, what if it goes off? It's a book. Like, it's probably not going to.
Oh, you were worried it was going to go off in the actual book.
Yes, like, bro. I was on the edge of my seat. That's why I had to put it down. Because I was like, if this is a conclusion. I mean, I knew it wasn't going to.
In Longshot, he uses it, but as a threat.
See, this is why
he says you can either have that or me.
This is actually why
when you said that, I was like, is it consensual? Like,
this is why I actually when you said that you were reading Longshot, like I cringed a little because I was like, and then you were like, I don't like this book. Because I knew what was in Longshot because I took it off my TBR after finding out.
Oh, I wish someone would have warned me. The problem about it was my own fault. There is literally trigger warnings, a page of trigger warnings in the front. But I decided to listen to the audio to start. And so by the time I got to the physical, I was already past the trigger warnings, and the trigger warnings were not in the audio.
Yeah, and see, I didn't realize you were reading it until you were reading it.
Yeah.
And by then you had figured out that things were crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, ugh.
Yeah. Alamada's reading Haunting Adeline, a book that I will never be able to pick up because my daughter's name is Adeline.
Makes sense.
Hello. Unless I can do like some like command find and replace on that book, then it's just not going to happen.
That's fair.
You're reading Guernsey Literary and Potato Peel Society. I had to put the extra P in there, didn't I? Society. That is a really good book. I hope you enjoyed it. Entering my 12 hours of sprints. Would you like to join on Cam to just like keep the chaos going? You're more than welcome to. Let me know and I can send you the link. Bunny, I was confused for a large amount of it, but writing was well done, but I couldn't give it more than 3 stars because I couldn't understand enough of it. That's fair. I'm also trying to figure out what is on Kindle Unlimited for when I travel interstate in November. The only Kindle Unlimited recommendations I have for you is either Smart or Darcy Coates. So
truthfully, I mean, I could, if you want like a list of some, like I could give you some, but a lot of mine is also smut as far as Kindle Unlimited goes, because I went through my Kindle Unlimited wish list the other day, which is private and you can't see it. Like it's literally just for me, and 90% of it was smut.
Amy is currently convincing everyone to read Jack in the Software-a-thon Hotel. So,
sorry, I was going to say something, then I realized I can't. I'll put it in the private chat, and you can see what I'm talking about, Paige.
Oakley. I put Jack on my TBR for next month, but it's on KU, so I think.
Then that'll work out perfectly. Just I would recommend next month for people if they want to just wait off reading it this month. I was pissed that there was no trigger warnings for Longshot. Yeah, there is in the book. It's just really hard to find. The book made me stop for 6 months. Oh my God. Wow. I can see why though. Like it was very shocking.
That's
no
cute.
worries. That's cute. That's fine. As long as you've finished more than 50%, I still count it. It's the same as when I play Pick-Pong. I do the same thing. So,
wait, this is the really attractive man on the cover, isn't it? The Longshot one.
Longshot, yes.
Oh,
it's a basketball. It's an NBA romance, but what happens is she ends up in a very, very abusive relationship with an NBA star, and because of his power, he's able to hide it. And if you can think of a trigger warning, it is in that book. There is domestic violence, there is miscarriage, there is
that's nuts.
There's so much.
Yeah, I could see.
Yeah.
But like it's got romance, sports, contemporary romance, new adult, abuse, dark in the tags. Like, get rid of the fucking contemporary and push one up.
The tags are in order of people that have tagged it with that tag.
I don't feel like it's a contemporary. I feel like it's weird when people categorize dark romance also as contemporary.
I think it's contemporary because the characters and the things they do in their life are contemporary, like playing as an NBA
set in the real world,
being an art, and it's in the real world. So that's where it falls under the contemporary. Yeah.
Hold on.
100%. It takes so long for her to actually end up in a romance that's a romance. Yeah. Also, is my fan really, really loud?
I can't hear it.
Okay, good. Because it is like 31 degrees here and this room gets so hot. So I'm just like, too bad if it is. But I just wanted to make sure if it was really loud, I would turn it off. But I do feel like it's easier to read Smart on Kindle because no one sees any titles or covers.
I'm not even gonna lie. I spent $5 at the Lit Homebody, which her shop is on Etsy, to buy Kindle screensavers because I couldn't figure out, like, she has a tutorial on how to make them, but I'm just too lazy. When I can pay $5, it was like $5 for the Canva version where you could put, like, she has spots on some of them where you can like insert your name
Mm-hmm.
or whatever. So I got those, and then you can also edit them. So like I edited out, like, she has flowers in a lot of hers. I'm not really a flower girly, so
Yeah.
put hearts instead. And then I also bought, I think it was like $5 for her big like 35 pack of ones that you can't edit. So
Oh
when I
yeah.
was reading Pucking Wild, I used a screensaver that said, in my hockey romance era or sports romance era or something like that, and people were like, wow, what are you reading? And I was like, the reason there is a screensaver on this is so you don't know. Thank you so much.
If I saw in my sports romance era on anyone's Kindle, I would just assume that they were reading a smutty hockey or sport book of some
See,
kind.
but the people at my job aren't quite that, unless they know what I
Yeah.
read, they're not like smart enough to figure that out. But if I have a book just sitting out with Pucking Wild, like the cover, which it's a discreet cover, but like
Mm.
the
The
title
title's not so
itself, you
discreet.
know what I'm saying? They'll be like, "Oh,
Yeah.
what kind of smut are you reading now?" And I'm like, "Clearly hockey smut." Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, well, should we dive in to a 45-minute sprint so we can actually get some reading done? And I can try and eat something because I haven't eaten today. And then, yeah, we'll come back and we'll chat a bit more about what we think of our books. Hopefully it'll cool down by then so I don't have to be in this like hot room for too long.
I'm going to try and edit.
I probably should do the same because I didn't post a video this week because I had no computer to edit on. So now I finally have one. I should probably edit the 3 videos I have filmed.
I should probably edit Rye's video. I'm so behind. Like, listen,
Yeah.
depression came out of nowhere, and now I'm behind on life at this point.
I feel that. Your mic is muted. I'm not sure if that's intentional.
It was. I'm trying to type something and I realized that my keyboard is really, really loud. So I didn't want people, this is how loud it is. So I was like, I don't want people to hear that click, 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 click while Neva was trying to talk.
That's good. I got a new mic yesterday.
Oh, yay. Oh, it's so fancy. I have one, but I haven't plugged it in because it didn't work very well on my old computer. But now I have a new fancy one. I should probably pull it out again because I
was
paid a
just
lot of money
over
for it.
being plugged in. So I wanted to go wireless for my headset so I could actually get up and make a cup of tea on sprints. And these are so much more comfortable than my other headset.
That's the thing. I need to get wireless headphones because at the moment I have like a $2 set from Kmart. It's like plugged in and it's just, it came with my keyboard. Which has got like
oh, it's so pretty.
Yeah, it's like a rainbow, and it has a matching rainbow mouse. But like,
love it.
It was like $14 for like the set. But I want to upgrade. Yeah.
Ash found this on a buy swap sell, and instead of the $200 that they normally are, we got it for $80.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll add this. We will do 45. I am doing ocean themed beach ambiance for my timer tonight because I wish that I was in the beach because it is so hot here right now. Apologies for those that are on the other side of the world where it is not freaking boiling. But anyways, see you all in 45. Hello. Hello. Welcome back.
Hola.
Of course, I start to cough just as I unmute myself. How did yours go? Or how did you go?
Good. I got some editings done, so we're getting there. And it's really shitty quality, so if Amy does send me through the video clip, it's going to be better. But I was putting in the chaos from my live when I was live on her channel the other day with her mum. So I was just pissing myself laughing at it again. But Ash and I realized the place that we want to get dinner from closes at 8. So we're just currently ordering dinner, and I'm going to have to run off sometime relatively soon to go get it.
That's totally fine. I was trying to physically read, but the light in here is really shit. I don't know if you can see, like, there is not a lot of light in here. The only light that is in this room is one that's on the roof, and it is really crap lighting. So I decided to swap to an audio and do some diamond painting along with Neva because I had FOMO that she had done it. So I started a whole new one. It is just a little mini elephant.
That's so cute.
That I'm going to put up in Addie's room. So I just decided to randomly, because I like pulled them all out of the cupboard and all the others are like huge. So I was like, I'm going to start a small one so I can hopefully finish it tonight because like I've already done like the whole trunk.
Oh, that's impressive.
So, yeah. And then I was listening to my audio of This Is Us, Wish for Us, sorry, by Tilly Cole. And the main character is driving me bonkers. He's the most arrogant man I've ever read. Like, you know, when you read a romance book and there's like cocky that you're like, that's really sexy. And then there's like arrogant, which is like, you piss me off. He's just straight to the arrogant. Like, for example, he's a DJ and he literally, and this happens in like the first 5 minutes, so I'm not really spoiling anything. He gets a blowjob and then like literally thanks the chick and walks off before she even has a chance to swallow so he can go back to DJing. And I'm like, you're an asshole. And then he goes and he meets this other chick on the beach and he's like, oh, I've already been satisfied tonight, so don't need you if you're offering a second. And I'm like, I hate you so much already. But you can tell he's kind of like that, has something wrong with him, clearly damaged boy kind of situation. So it'll be interesting to see what ends up happening in terms of when we find out what went wrong. Because he used to play classical music and then he just stopped playing and now he's an EDM, a dance king. So it's like something happened where he stopped doing this other thing. But anyways, the narrator is a very hot English man. So it's like, you're arrogant and I hate you, but I really like your accent. So I'm going to keep listening.
Yeah, that's so funny.
Yeah. So we were joined by the lovely Clary. I hope I've pronounced that correctly. Fed cat and then read 30 pages. Nice. Finished my buddy, read early, and carried on with my next book. What is your next book and what did you rate your buddy read? Read 10 pages, made dinner, and sort of stuff for tomorrow. Nice. Are you still working on your giant diamond painting, or have you finished that and now the one that you're working on with your granddaughter is the little one? Welcome back, Neva. How'd you go?
I did fine. I listened to 2 chapters and then I was making food, which is why I'm late.
Oh, that's fine. You just missed me saying that I joined you in diamond painting.
Yeah.
I'm doing like a little like Indian kind of colorful elephant. And I managed to get like most of the trunk done.
Wonderful.
But I was thinking I would put up in Addie's room, but I'm not 100% certain. But she has like this little elephant toy that she's obsessed with, and we call it Elefante, and she's just like obsessed with elephants and dinosaurs. So I was like, I'll start it because it's small enough that I can probably get it finished tonight. So I was like, I feel like it's
That's a
potentially
good choice.
a good option.
Is it a full color, or do you only put the gems on the elephant?
Only on the elephant, which I would rather the other way around, but yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I switched to audio instead of physical. So I'm not reading my Jack Heath anymore. I'm reading a Tilly Cole. Because the lighting in here is shit and it was hurting my eyes to read physically. So I'm going to have to swap. But I'm trying to figure out how I can sprint from I have like a downstairs in the lobby area when you first walk in is where all my bookshelves are. And there's like going to be a reading nook, which has like my reading chair and like all that. Like that's going to be where I want to sit and read. I'm trying to figure out how I can sprint from down there moving forward because my computers are upstairs, but that's downstairs. And unless I like stream from my phone, I don't know how I can make it work because it's not a laptop. It's not something I can take downstairs. Yeah. And I don't think there's such a thing as a Bluetooth camera, is there?
I don't think so.
Like, because I was thinking I could like stream from the camera down there to this computer.
Yeah.
And then obviously I would come back up here to do comments, but then read from down there and just have like two cameras set up. I don't know what I'm going to do.
I mean, that would be if it's possible. They do have streaming.
Because I could just switch which camera is working depending on where I want to stream from.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
Maybe. It seems to be, but you'd need a decent setup.
Which I don't really have. Didn't read, still watching LawTube on the Family Channel drama. Nice.
Probably the Ruby Frankie stuff that's happening here in America.
You said that earlier, and I was like, who the hell is Ruby Frankie? Like,
She's a Mormon. So she's like a Mormon mommy vlogger. She's got 6 kids. And last week, her youngest son broke out of a house that they were staying at, of like her friend's house or whatever that she does this like weird connections culty thing with. Mm-hmm. But he broke out of the window and he ran to the neighbor's house. He had like duct tape on him and stuff, like he was bound, and begged them to call the police. Said he was hungry and thirsty. They called the cops. The cops went to the house and searched the house and found the youngest daughter all like in the bathtub, like bound in the bathtub. So Ruby Frankie and her friend Jody Hildebrandt are currently arrested and in jail in Ohio. That's just the, non-graphic.
Rise and fall of YouTube mom Ruby Frankie. There's a 25-minute video. Okay, cool. I will just catch the highlights on TikTok, and I guarantee it comes up on my TikTok in like a week's time.
Yeah, there's a lot of like coverage of it, but I've been really picky about who I watch. But I'm really picky about who I watch on LawyerTube and DramaTube anyway. So, yeah.
Stuff like that just does not get broadcasted in Australia. Like, people go missing and get murdered in Australia and they get like a 2-minute thing on the news and then that's it. Like, our news is literally like, oh, this lady bought some puppies. Everything's happy in the world. and then it's like, expected worst fires in the history of Australia coming this year. Sydney is the 3rd in the world with air quality because of all the backburning they're doing to prevent the massive fires. That's literally all that's in the news right now for us in Australia. 11% of 40 out of line and got some crafting done. Nice. What crafting are you working on? Buddy Read was 4 stars. Now I'm reading an Edgar Wallace retelling, a mystery novel. you are probably not the best person to give me a suggestion page, but Neva might be able to, or someone in the comments. I need a smutty retelling that is not a mentally blanking your favorite author, and I'm so sorry, page.
Katie Robert.
Yeah, not a Katie Roberts, because I'm already reading something
Okay,
else.
I need you to read Cross then, by Emily
Cross.
McIntyre. You read it.
Ellie McIntyre.
I need someone to discuss this with, and Brittany refuses to read it because she didn't like Hooked and she didn't like Scarred. So now I need someone to read Crossed because I don't have anybody to talk to about it.
But is it part of that same series or is it different?
Oh, it's part of the same series. It's the newest one. It's the Hunchback of Notre Dame retelling. But I need someone to read it.
Oh, because I read Hooked and I didn't really like it, but I will read it if you.
Crossed. Listen, I'm telling you. Did you read Priest by Sierra Simone? You'll like Crossed. Trust me.
Okay.
It's darker than Priest, but a lot of the elements are the same. Just trust me, you'll like it.
Okay.
If you don't like it, you never have to take a suggestion from me again. But I think you'll like it.
The reason why this is the case is because I plan on having my TBR and then like a smutty version of all the prompts that I need to hit, because I've been in smut central. So I'm deciding to have 2 options for my TBR. And so I need a YA thriller or a retelling. And I can't exactly have a smutty YA thriller, so I have to go to the retelling part. Because those 2 things do not line up. And
I mean, smutty and YA makes me kind of, you know.
So what's it called? Crossed?
Crossed, yeah.
Okay. And it's by who?
Emily McIntyre.
All right. Cool.
It's part of the Never After series.
Okay. But I think I have the only one I don't have a smut for is I want to read Divine Rivals, and I'm not swapping that for anything.
It's Divine Rivals is smutty, but the one trigger warning I'm gonna give you for Crossed. Mm-hmm. She does list it on her website, but Emily McIntyre doesn't tend to put them in the front of her books. She will give you, like, she does tell you where to find them if you want them. The one that trigger warning that I will give to you is that there is essay in this book.
Okay. That's not a trigger for me, so that's fine.
There might be a flashback scene, if I remember correctly, and then there is one instance where it happens on page, but it's quick. It's not like drawn out. Like, you know it's happening, but it's at the end of a chapter, and it's like it happens, and then you're in the next chapter.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm gonna quickly run and go grab dinner.
That's fine. We'll be here when you get back. With maybe in another section, but that's fine.
Yeah. I just saw your thing in the private chat.
Oh yeah, that was for Paige.
Brittany alluded. Britt was like, "There's something coming very soon." Like, she alluded to it, but we haven't announced anything yet.
Yeah, no, that's why I didn't want to give too much away, because I wasn't sure if we'd like 100% committed / put any announcements anywhere.
I mean, we're committed, but she doesn't want to announce till Monday or Tuesday, so
that's fine. We can just hint. Stay tuned for an amazing announcement Monday.
It's more fun that way, anyway.
Yes, a reading nook. Pretty much. So when you first walk into my house, and I do plan on doing like a bit of a tour once things have kind of settled down, but when you first walk in, to the right-hand side, there's a massive wall of floor-to-ceiling bookshelves that we have set up. And then on the left of that room, there's a staircase that goes upstairs. And so it leaves like this kind of low part of the ceiling. So it's this perfect kind of like hidden away section that my reading chair, like my yellow one that I used to like have behind me, sits with like my plant stand. And then Anthony's brother, who is a cabinet maker, came in today and he's like, how would you like it if I built you a little reading nook? And I was like, what do you mean? And he's like, well, you could leave that chair there, but like on this opposite side here, I could literally build like a wraparound like bench seat with cushions. And then he's putting hideaway shoe storage behind it. So it's going to look kind of like, I don't know if this will show up, but it's going to look like it's a wall, but then like you push it and it pops out, and behind it is all your shoe storage. It's going to be so good. I love having a cabinet maker in the family. Because he's like, I just want to make this space like more impressive. And I was like, okay, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. Are you still working on the, what's it called? The same diamond painting, the one with the imaginary friend that you're working on?
This
I
one?
don't know what else to call it. Yes.
Yes, so technically Chip is not the imaginary friend.
No, the mouse.
Potato, the mouse is the imaginary.
Potato.
Well,
I couldn't remember.
From what I've concluded, because when I was on Nicole's sprints on Thursday, Marty said that Chip was Chip hides Potato because she's afraid that her family will kill him if they find him. I don't think that's accurate. It's fine, right? So I think what it actually is kind of like Toy Story. So like when everybody leaves the room, the toys come alive. But it's like if the kids are around, then Chip is real life, and when the parents are around, Chip is a stuffed animal.
Okay.
Potato is a stuffed animal that Chip carries in her pocket.
Okay. That makes sense, kind of.
Yeah.
So I have to hold my finger down to pause it. This is really annoying. Let me move my finger to somewhere else. Damn it. Okay. So it's going to look kind of like this, where it like looks like it's a shelf in the wall. But then why are you not playing? Why? Now you're not going to play after all that? But then once you walk down, you hit boom, and it has like shoe storage hidden in the wall. But that's going to be bigger, and it's going to have a wraparound thing with cushions in it. And that's going to be like a mudroomy type thing when you first walk into my house on the left-hand side. And then the reading nook's going to be on the opposite side. Yeah, it's going to be so good. I'm very, very excited. Yeah. This is obviously going to take like a little time to like all get done, because he has to do this like in his spare time. He's doing it. He's not charging us any labor. So I'm kind of like happy to be patient because I'm getting it practically for free. All I have to do is pay for the wood. So
right.
They do exist. Maybe I should research them and figure out how I would get it set up for downstairs. It would potentially be kind of annoying though, because I would have to have this camera and the Bluetooth camera set up, and then somehow turn that Bluetooth camera off when I came up to chat here, or like add them and remove them depending on where I was sitting. I mean, I could make it work, but it just would be a better backdrop than what people are currently seeing. To be fair, all this is just boxes we haven't unpacked yet, and Anthony's work bag, but it would just be nicer to have like shelves or a reading nook behind me. They were malnourished and dehydrated. They had sores on their feet. I don't understand how anyone can harm their own child. Adeline literally bit me today and took a chunk out of my arm, and I still couldn't think about hurting her.
Here's the thing.
Don't understand.
At least for me, what's annoying about what's not even annoying, what's devastating for me about the Ruby Frankie situation is that YouTubers have been talking about this for literal years and saying that her content is problematic. She threatened to stuffed animal. I'm gonna mime this because she threatened her at the time that the youngest child is 10 now, but at the time she was like 6, I think, 5 or 6, and she cut something with a pair of scissors that she wasn't supposed to cut. I don't remember what exactly it was, but so Ruby took a stuffed animal and threatened to, in front of her on camera. And it was the older sister who no longer lives there, the oldest sister, Sherry, who was like, we're not going to cut anything else, right? Like, consoling the little sister like a parent should be. And I was like, what is happening? And I've never watched this woman. I've only seen her because people have talked about her for so long. like in the drama tube communities and like lawyers and stuff have talked about her. But like it's so concerning to me because like other things have also happened. Like some people say this isn't a big deal, but I think it's weird. Her kids take lunches to school. One day she got a call that the youngest child, who at the time was 6, again, this kid now is 10, but at the time was 6, the teacher called and said, "Hey, your kid forgot her lunch. Could you bring her a lunch?" And Ruby was like, "I'm not bringing her a lunch because it's her responsibility to pack her lunch." She's 6 years old. And she's like, "She told me that she brought a lunch, so I'm not bringing a lunch." And then she went on camera and was like, "I know that it would make the teacher more comfortable for me to bring her a lunch, but I'm not going to do that because they need to learn the consequences of their actions." Ma'am, what?
There's a time and a place for teaching your child a lesson,
Right.
and starving them is not that lesson.
But the fact, yeah, the fact that like she said these things on camera, you said them, you've edited the video, which like as a person who edits and uploads videos, like I edit out a lot of things. Like there are a lot of times where like Ari gets into something and I yell at her. I edit that out of my video. Like you're not going to see that.
Yeah.
But you took the time to film and sit down and edit these videos. And then we're like, "Yeah, this is good. This is good to put on the channel." What?
I don't understand.
And again, I was not subscribed to her. I don't watch her. The only pieces of her videos that I've seen are pieces that other YouTubers, while talking about her and her problematic behavior, have inserted into these things. Like there was the first clips I ever remember seeing were in someone's video. I don't remember who it was, but it was another YouTuber that was talking about it and saying like, "Wow, this is so problematic." And essentially what happened was there was an accident on the freeway on their way to her bring the kids to school or something.
Yeah.
They were not part of this accident. Now they pulled over on the side of the road because there was an accident in front of them. They weren't part of this accident, but she made it such a big deal to these kids that she had 6 kids sitting in her van crying and hyperventilating, and her youngest son just crying, hyperventilating. And she was like, she literally says this, "We should have been part of this accident. We should have been also hit, but we weren't because you said your prayers this morning." What? How do you not know that the people that got into the accident didn't say their prayers this morning?
It is absolutely ridiculous. Oh my god.
So her youngest son is the one that escaped, right? I think he was like, I don't know, 8 or 10 at the time. He is in the backseat crying hysterically, hyperventilating. And her reaction to her response to this is, and she recorded it. "We should have been hit too. We should have been in this accident. But do you know why we're not? Because you said your prayers this morning. So God looked out for us." Listen, ma'am, I love Jesus too. Okay. No.
Oh my god. Jesus. Yeah, I'm glad that I hadn't really been involved in this drama. But you can just give me updates. I don't even need to watch anything. I'll just get it from you. I kind of want to make loaded fries for dinner, but I don't have bacon. So I made it ham and said, that, I mean, like, sounds amazing regardless.
Right?
Yeah, I'm picky too. All I'm watching is Brett Toolano, so it is.
Yeah, there are some good lawyers on YouTube. I just have to be really, because of my views and my values, I have to be really careful about who I watch, because there are some of these commentary channels that are, trying to think of like a nice way to put this, are extremely conservative and follow a certain orange man to a T, but they try to cater their content to more liberal people. And this actually happened to me the other day. I followed somebody who did a Ruby Frankie video, and she made a comment in this video that was a little off-putting to me if she was liberal, but I was like, okay, maybe it's just like a one-off, like she's a Christian, like that's fine. And then, of course, when you subscribe, you start getting pushed content, and I got pushed a short that she did where the actress that plays Esme in Twilight was talking about her 7-year-old who is non-binary, her 7-year-old child who's non-binary, and how she could no longer take this child into their local Target during like Pride Month because, you know, there was that whole hullabaloo in in America about the Pride displays being at the front of the store. And her child had already seen the display at the front of the store. Well, they put it in the back corner of the store. So she was like, well, now I don't feel like I can bring my kid here because they felt like they were seen and now they're not seen anymore. Like they've been shoved into a corner.
Yeah.
And she stitched this TikTok and basically said that this actress is forcing her 7-year-old to be non-binary. So I went to her page and I read her bio and I screenshot her bio and I sent it to my best friend Dolly. And I was like, bro, when you think you found a good YouTuber,
and then you just get like bitch slapped in the face because you're like, holy shit.
And she's a freaking Trump supporter, bro. Like, what? And she was like, yeah. She's like, they do that. Like, they'll purposely cover things that they know are important to liberals, and they'll like put everything in a certain light. And then when you start digging on their channel, you realize that they're not actually like they're super like Trump followers.
So this makes me like think of what happened recently. So there is a transgender woman. I guess she calls herself a transgender girl, but I would say she's a woman based on her age.
Yeah.
And she was a kind of in the public eye because her father, I think, was on a big TV show in Australia. It's called Neighbours. It was a big show or whatever, or Home and Away. He was on one of those shows. And this is the daughter who has transitioned.
Yeah.
And she's very, very big on TikTok in the transgender community in Australia. And Channel 7, which is like one of our news channels, did this whole story on how multiple teenagers had transitioned and were regretting it, and that parents need to ensure that they're not letting their children make this choice too early because they'll regret it later. And they used her photo as an example of one of the teens that had transitioned, because they were talking about teens transitioning and showing photos of multiple teens that were on TikTok that had transitioned. Then they started talking about the regret, but they did it in a way that it looked like she was one of the teens that
she was one of the ones that regretted her choice. Yeah.
So she then put out a public TikTok and was like, excuse me, Channel 7, I do not regret my transition. I am a huge advocate for transition and I 100% support this and do not agree with you and think that people should be able to make the choice whenever they want to make the choice. And you may only want to abuse my photos because I'm in the public eye because of my father being on this show. And it just like blew up. And I was like, oh my God.
They did that here in America also, where you can find like TikToks. There's a girl named Samantha who I follow on YouTube. Her photos were, it was clips of a video where she was talking about her transition and her surgery and everything. And she was talking about things that she wished she would have known before getting the surgery.
Yeah.
Not regret for getting it.
No.
Shit she wished she would have known. And they used pieces out of this. Some TikToker used pieces out of this with other people's stuff mashed in with it. No. And made it appear like she also regretted her transition. And I'm like, y'all are gross, bro.
The thing that's really terrible is this TikToker was 4 days out from reconstructive boob surgery. Like, she did not regret it. She's literally just made a choice to have a second surgery.
Right. Like, it's just so weird to me. Like, it's so weird, the things that people will put on the internet and be like, well, there is a community of people who did transition maybe earlier than they should have that do regret it. That is a
Yes.
thing.
Yes.
But like, don't make it seem like every person that does it regrets it. That's weird.
And don't use that to make transitioning a negative thing. That's what annoys me about the story, is they were trying to scare those teens that
Out of doing
are
it.
trying to make that decision to think that they shouldn't. Anyways, we went down a massive rabbit hole then.
We really did.
Alamada is making some Halloween themed earrings, and that sounds absolutely amazing. And if you have the ability to send me photos somehow, I would love to see them. I don't know how you can send them to me. Put them in the Discord, send them on Instagram, wherever. I would love to see them. That is fair. I wasn't a huge fan of it because the main character was that borderline arrogant, cocky, not quite sure where I sat with it. But in the end, I didn't mind this much. So
I will say this with Crossed, because I mean, if you know the story of the Hunchback of the Notre Dame, I feel like a lot of people do.
Yeah.
She did make it so that the age gap is more realistic. Like, we're not looking at like a 6-year-old gross priest, okay?
Yeah.
But also I feel like it has similar themes to Priest, but I don't feel like he's a super cocky person. Also, to elaborate on that thing, the prank that this teenager pulled on his brother, it made me laugh. Well, the first part of the prank. So there were 2 pieces to this apparently, but the main prank was that he went and woke up his youngest brother at like 4 in the morning and told him that they were going to Disney World. So he got up and packed his bags and started going out to the car like they were going to Disney World, and he was like, "I'm just joking, we're not really going."
You want to know the only reason why she would have been mad about that prank is because it meant she had to parent more.
Yeah,
That's
so
the only reason she would have been pissed off.
he went to bed like upset and crying. Now there is another piece of this that he talks about where he apparently like pointed a BB gun at his brother, like that's not like at his face, which like that's not great. Okay? I mean, it's not worth like losing your bedroom and your bed for 8 months.
Not for 8 months.
And then getting sent to wilderness camp, because that was a thing that also happened.
Oh
But
my
like,
God.
come on, bro. Like the Disney, I just feel like the Disney World prank is some crap that like Austin would do to Ari.
This makes me think one of these children will write a book in the future. One of these people will release a book and be like, I survived my mother.
Well,
something.
The oldest daughter is estranged from the family, and when her mom and Jody got arrested, she posted a photo outside of their house of these cops all like up and down the street, and the caption just said "finally" across the photo. Like,
wow.
she's been waiting. Yeah, and she's come out and spoken out about why she doesn't like talk to her parents and stuff too.
Yeah. Neva is 100% the fact that there's most conservative lawyers that try to,
You just have to be careful. Because they will definitely make it seem like they're on one side when they're really on a different side.
In that, we are at the end of the comments, so let's jump into another 45. I'm gonna get a bit more diamond painting done, and hopefully Addie doesn't wake up. Anthony's with her if she does, but so we will see you all in 45. I should probably actually add the timer back in. And by that stage, hopefully Paige will have eaten and be able to join us again. See you all in 45. Happy reading. Welcome back, everybody. How did we go?
You good?
Yeah.
I did not read. I decided to organize my extra drills because right now they're just living in baggies, and it's kind of driving me nuts. So I have this extra diamond storage that I'm not using because I hate it. Like I hate hitting up into it.
I just lost my fucking my thingy.
Your what?
My
Your
pen.
pen?
Like I have others around me, but not the one that I want to use. Hell. I'm like crazy. I must have taken it into the baby's room with me. She woke up and like had an absolute hysterical hissy fit. Because so my mum and dad are living with us at the moment to help out with daycare because there's no care in our suburb for like 6 months. So they're like living in my back garage and helping my daddy while we work because otherwise we'd have to get a nanny, which would pretty much be the same cost as what I'm getting paid to go to work.
Yeah.
So, but because we just got a mortgage, I can't quit my job because otherwise they'll cancel our mortgage. So I have to keep working. So my parents, thankfully, they're both retired, have chosen to come and stay with us, which has been really, really helpful. They're absolutely amazing. My daughter, like fantastic and so helpful. But Addie is very much a one-woman person putting her to bed at night, and it's me. And if it's not me, oh no, I've lost the Neva. But yeah, if it's not me putting her to bed, then she freaks out. So Anthony put her to bed, but she woke up, and then my mum went in to put her back to sleep, and she just freaked out. So I just had to go in and reassure her that I was not dead, and I was here, and that everything was fine. And now my mum is putting her back to bed, so that's good. So how did everybody go? What did we read? I ate some garlic bread in that sprint and got a bit more done. Hi.
Hello.
We lost Neva randomly. I'm thinking she'll pop back in at some point. I think her internet just randomly dropped.
I had put my headphones back on and it was like, where you're testing speakers through StreamYard. And I was like, what is going on?
Hello.
Hi, that's all right.
Apparently,
Nice.
my Chrome decided to go backwards. Like I hit the, because like if you like swipe, I don't know, it's being stupid. Anyway.
Yeah.
So I didn't just like abandon you.
No. I figured your internet had dropped out or something had gone crazy. That is totally fine. So yeah, in that sprint, I just helped calm Addie down. I got 0 reading done because I spent like 30 minutes trying to calm her down. And then the 15 minutes was just diamond painting, and I didn't bother playing my audiobook again because I needed to be able to hear if she freaked out again. Because Anthony, who is not a cook, has decided to MasterChef tonight and cook a meal. And he's been in the kitchen for like an hour and a half, and he's still not done.
God bless him.
So,
he's
making some like veggie lentil pasta, which
nice.
Like good on him. He's using some stuff in the fridge that needed to be used up, but because of that, he was like, "Crystal, I can't walk away from the stove. Can you go to the baby?" And I was like, "I asked for 4 hours tonight, where I just didn't want to be interrupted, and you chose to become Master Chef tonight of all nights."
Yep.
But that's right. I don't think he expected it to take us. I'm eating a hair. Sorry. A hair just randomly decided to go in my mouth. Yeah, so he chose tonight of all nights to be Master Chef, but I don't think he expected it to take as long as it has taken. How was your dinner, Paige? What'd you get?
Oh, so good. We've got this restaurant and it's PFC, which is Peter's Fried Chicken, and it's this
Mhm.
Korean guy, and you just get 12 to 14 original chicken pieces with cheesy chippies and the best gravy I've ever had in my life, and it is absolutely divine. And then they gave us a free melted cheese sauce as well, which was also delicious.
I take it it's only available in Orange, right?
Yes. So if you ever come visit, I know what we're having for dinner.
That's worth visiting for, to be fair. Not that you're not.
It's fine. I'd rather you just come for the chicken as well. It's fine. I understand. We're good.
Oh my god, I'm just dying quietly. Sorry, don't mind me.
The excitement of chicken.
No,
it's so good.
It's more the fact that I've had this cough for like months and it just won't go away. Mm. And every single time I think it's gone, I then get sick again and it comes back. Ugh. Yeah. So did you get any reading done, Paige, or you just ate your dinner?
Just ate my dinner. Ash and I were just talking about like our day as well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I wanted to ask you, the Suffer-a-thon challenge where you have to post the book thing. Literally all of my books except for that library stack behind me are still in boxes. And that library stack is literally the Wayward Children series.
Yeah, and not so obscure.
And the top one is the Murderbot, the first book in the Murderbot bag. Yeah. So none of those are really able to be photographed. And I wouldn't exactly call this obscure. So I don't really have any other books that are unpacked at this point. I've got 2 others that I bought from a free little library yesterday called The Nix, which is not obscure at all, and everyone knows about it. And I think it was a Neil Gaiman book. So I'm happy to post like just a photo of a obscure book that I own. It just won't be the physical book. That's allowed? Fine.
Yes.
Awesome. I just wanted to check before I just like went and did it.
I'm sure that Amy will be like, why are you doing that? And I'll be like, I said it was fine.
I'm allowed to do it because I've passed every day but one.
I'm impressed. I failed this morning because Ash and I woke up at 8:30 and he started work he needed to be there by 8:45.
Adeline chose this week of all weeks to sleep until 7 o'clock every morning. So I woke up at 6:30 and did my half an hour reading before she woke up. And then on the other days, I was literally woke up and went straight to the train station. So then I just started reading as soon as I got to the train station. So it worked out really well. Yeah, I just ignore all people in the train station and just like straight to my book.
That's so funny. And yeah, because I'm like so chill. I'm like, yeah.
Is Neva frozen or is it just me? No, she's not frozen.
That's me.
Okay. She just gets real still sometimes.
Everybody says I just sit really
the focus.
It's not even
you got really still, but you were in like this position where you must have obviously been like concentrating on what you were doing. So your face was kind of like
I'm definitely like moving my hands because I'm putting all of these extra drills that I have into this drill storage that I hate. Also, they didn't send me my second, like, Amazon is saying that it still hasn't shipped, but they charged me for a second Elizabeth Warren storage system, which is my one that has like a bunch of like different size containers.
Like this? Mine are like little Tic Tac containers.
So this is what I'm using for extra drill storage. Stop touching. Go prepare my and get back to the bed.
Came out too.
But these ones these like lay in a tray. Like the tray is like this.
Yeah.
And then it has like a lid, and then it comes with like a bunch of different sized boxes. And so I ordered a second one, and it was supposed to be here yesterday, and it never showed up. So I like messaged the seller or whatever, and they were like, well, you should have up to 42 hours. And I said, okay, but because they sent me a message and were like, well, it says it was delivered on Wednesday, but you should wait 48 hours before you tell us that it's missing. And I was like, okay, but if you're saying that it was delivered here on Wednesday, my Amazon is showing me that it's not even shipped yet.
That doesn't seem right.
I was like,
No.
so I'm either going to need like a replacement or a refund. And they were like, oh, don't worry, we'll send you a replacement free of charge.
So you're probably going to end up with 3. So what's really funny, my latest Amazon order was a like a compost tumbler. So it's one of those composts that you like can spin.
Yeah.
And they sent it out, and to build the legs, there was like these C pieces that like popped together, and there was meant to be 2 that have double pops and 2 that have single pops, because then they like built together to make like the legs. They sent out 3 with double pops and 1 with a single pop, so you couldn't build the legs. And so I messaged them, was like, hey, can you just send out like the 1 more that I need with a single pop? Like, I don't need a full replacement. Can you just send this like 1 part? They're like, sorry, we can't do that. And I was like, okay. So like, can you please ship it back to us and we'll send you a refund, and then you can order a replacement. Like, I already waited 4 days for this to arrive because it took so long to get here. Then you want me to unscrew the 50 screws that I just screwed in to build this thing, to put it back in a box so that I can post it back to you, to then order another one, wait another 4 days for you to then ship it out to me. I was like, you know what? I'll ship it back to you, but I'm taking my business elsewhere. So I went to Bunnings and bought one for an extra $4. And I was like,
nice.
Where are you going?
The only reason why I
Got
bought
it
it from
then and
Amazon is I could get it cheaper.
Yeah.
But after all that, I was like, I'm not waiting another 4 days. I'm going to go with it.
Yeah.
But it's so fun. Every couple of days, I just go out and just go, whee, and it just like spins around. It's so much fun.
I gotta go out to Bunnings soon.
Oh, I've spent so many trips to Bunnings since buying a house. It's like I need gift cards to Bunnings. I don't need books. I need Bunnings gift cards. I should set up my wish list for Bunnings instead of books, and just like, we do actually have an Amazon wish list for our house, but it's got all big ticket items on it. There's no point me sharing it with anybody.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought about putting some dime paints, like I don't know, can you make an Etsy wish list?
I think you can make the wish list.
You can share?
I don't think you can share it like with your address being anonymous though, like Amazon can.
Yeah.
Not that I know of anyways.
Truly, if y'all want to just send me Etsy gift cards, that'd be great.
So we're joined by Lynn at the beginning of the last spring. 12% of the Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. What are you thinking? Got to 87% of the Veiled Throne. Nice. Read another 20 pages and did another section of diamond painting. Nice. I don't know how you guys like section your paintings out.
I don't.
I just do like a bunch of one color at once.
Okay, so here's how I do mine. I'll hold up this other one because my other one is over there. The one that, okay. So I'm also working on this one, which is, wow, okay. Which is like a Harry Potter one. It looks like something.
I remember it's the 3 of them, right? And it's
yeah, it looks like this. Okay, you're welcome. So I use the release papers on mine because my autism cannot take the crinkling of the plastic. It makes me want to die. So basically, when I remove the release paper, I just move it so like this piece covered this entire section, and I just move it up and around like this piece. Yeah. So like I move.
So you pull the full plastic off and then stick those things over the top.
Yeah. And then I usually, because I'm right-handed, I usually start at the lower right-hand corner, because then as I'm moving my hand across, I'm sitting on diamonds, not on release paper. But I just kind of like move whatever piece goes with that section up and over until that section's done. So like when this square is done, then obviously there won't be release paper there. So I'll move on to this one.
Yeah.
And do the same thing.
Cool. Yeah.
But these are like reusable too. So I got, I think, 200 in the pack. When I ordered them off Diamond Art Club, I don't know.
Yeah.
For America, they were around $15 for 200. And then I do have like some like decorative release paper coming that is themed for a diamond painting event that I'm participating in. And I don't know what those, I mean, I know what they look like. They have like witches and brooms and stuff on them. But I ordered like a smaller size of those because I'm only going to use them for like smaller paintings probably. So I did ones that are like, I think she said that you get like 25, but they're cut into like 1/4
Oh yeah.
pieces, so they're gonna be smaller. I don't know how much smaller, but when they come, I'll do like an unboxing or something.
Yeah. That is fine. You did something productive. Hello. I got through 8% of Haunting Adeline. It's starting to get disturbing. I had a scene that Neva had described earlier. Oh, so it had another gun scene?
Oh God!
Why is that becoming the norm in dark romance?
Man, this is on my freaking TBR too. I'm not gonna be able to read this.
I was not able to read it for the fact that it has Adeline in it. Now I'm not able to read it for the second reason. So I'm just never.
I'm not gonna be able to read it if it has guns in it. I can't. I mean, I don't mind guns, but like, let's not use them on people. You know what I'm saying? Unless we're shooting them, like that's fine. I'm down with that. But like, let's not use it as like a implement.
Alamada, you need to share.
Right. I want some.
Legit. That's the rules. Nice. I just joined at the beginning of the break, but I've been reading Hello Stranger by Catherine Center. Absolutely loving it. Nice. Oh my God. I'm doing an event on Facebook, and I've decided I divided my challenge into 30 release papers, and another 1 to 30, and then spin a wheel. That sounds like a fun way to do it.
I'm thinking, I mean, Nicole didn't give me this idea, but when I saw her canvas, it made me want to do it more. I'm thinking I might use like 31 piece, like I might cut a couple of the release papers and do this like she's saying.
That looks so cool.
And then do like live streams where YouTube picks which section I work on.
Mm-hmm. That is also a really cool diamond painting.
Nicole's?
Yeah.
Yeah, she has a cool one.
I hope you don't mind me showing Nicole, but I'm going to show it anyway.
You showed on her thing last night too.
Like, that's so sick.
She be getting cool ones, and I'm just like over here like, oh, Diamond Art Club has Disney and Nickelodeon and Harry Potter. I'm just like a basic bitch over here.
Yeah. Hello, just joined. I'm going to read When God Was a Rabbit by Sarah Wingman for the animal prompt. Nice. I just got brought the masterpiece that has been cooked. It looks very disgusting, but it smells amazing. It looks like it's a veggie lentil macaroni. So wish me luck. I'm going to eat this. So we may as well jump into another sprint so I can eat. And Paige can eat her ice cream. And people can get some more reading done because we only have like an hour and a bit left until part 6, which is going to be on Margaret's channel. Thank you. I was like, I know whose channel. Paige,
are you eating half-baked Ben & Jerry's?
Yep.
Oh, God, I knew we were friends for a reason, bro. That's my favorite. The only one that I like more than that is the peanut butter half-baked.
Oh, yum.
And it has, like, the chunks of cookie dough. Yes, get up there. The chunks of cookie dough are peanut butter chocolate chip cookie dough.
I will say I'm
exactly my.
It's so good.
Straight from the container because Ash is diabetic, so no one else is ever going to eat out of this container. So I'm like, why get a bowl when I can just
truly
See,
I
that's
eat
dangerous
mine.
for me because I would just eat the whole container.
Yeah,
I
I eat
can't.
mine.
This is way too
I
rich.
can't. Yeah, I also eat mine straight out of the container because the only person that also eats it is Ari because other people in my house are lactose intolerant. So
Yeah.
I think I can maybe
Hold
hear
on.
Ash sobbing.
Oh. So let's jump into that sprint. I do have a
Here.
timer.
Wait on or something.
Let's go with rushing waterfall. It's the next suggested one, we'll just go with it. See you guys all in 45. Happy reading. Where's my mouse? Fucking Welcome back, everybody.
Hello. Who's dying?
Every time I unmute, it's because I haven't spoken for ages. My body's just like. So I managed to get like the rest of the trunk and part of
Nice.
the ears done. So it's starting to come together. And I got to chapter 9 of A Witch for Us by Tilly Cole. And he's still arrogant, but we're starting to kind of like see why he is the way he is. And I'm kind of like, okay, I'll buy it. We'll see where you end up.
That's so funny.
How did you go, Paige?
Good. Yeah. It's going good though. I have 2 more clips, which are about 20 minutes, 15, 20 minutes of raw footage to bite down. And then I need to actually import the rest that's still on my camera and then cry because that will add more, but that's okay. It's all good. It's fine.
It'll be all worth it when it's done. Because we have page content, so we can't complain about page content.
It's just suffer-a-thon vlog.
Nice. How'd you go, Neva?
I did not read.
That's fine.
I watched some YouTube and diamond painted.
Mm-hmm.
So I have almost the whole bottom section done.
Yeah.
On this ship diamond painting.
Nice. That's good. Good progress. So it is a Sicilian lentil pasta, Anthony has informed me. So it was really good, but I currently have an ulcer on my tongue and there was chili in it. So I took like one bite and was like, nope, cannot eat this. So I went downstairs and was like, it's really good, but I can't eat it. He was really upset. He's like, oh, I wanted you to be able to enjoy it.
I would just like everyone to know. I know he said hi to other people, okay? But 24 Hour Sprints has officially made it because Anthony said hi to me in the comments.
He was like in the he like never pops up in the comments. He always watches. He always has my sprints like on in the background, but he never really comments unless I say something that like really even acknowledges him in some way. But yeah, he said hi. And he was excited by the emoji, which does not work on my computer. What emoji is this?
It's this one.
Oh, this one. Okay, because it's not working on my computer. So I was like, I don't even know what emoji this is. It looks as though we could potentially do like another like 10-minute one if people are out for it, or we can just chat for 20 minutes. Let me know in the comments what you'd rather do. But the next round of sprints, which starts over on Margaret's channel, starts in 20 minutes. So it's just a matter of whether we chat for 20 or we do 10-minute chat and then another 10-minute sprint or whatever, like whatever people want to do, I don't mind. Dr. B went for a walk, so she's either going to be back or see us over at Margaret's channel. And thank you for the boop like. Also, if you haven't already subscribed to the 2 lovely people that are joining me, I do not have them linked down below because I am terrible, but I will link them down below. But Reading with Neva, you should be here anyways because it's her 24-hour sprints. But channel is Reading with Neva. Page is Pages with Paige. You should be able to find them both pretty easily just by searching those names. But yeah, their names are in their what's it called, box below them. So yeah, go give them a follow, a subscription. I swear words find me eventually. You'll love it. Just join. Neva does a bunch of sprints, vlogs. Paige does so much content. She's amazing. I don't know how she keeps up with everything.
There will be regular content back on my channel within the week, y'all. Okay, depression just punched me in the face, so I just did nothing. For like 2 weeks. I just laid in my bed unless I had to go to work. And then people in my house started to get worried. And then I was like, well, I got the SADS. Oh, wonderful. Sure, come show them your statue.
Oh.
Come on.
This is my statue.
Oh, wow. That's
Wow.
Yeah, it's made out of blocks.
Wow.
I like the fact that you got some color coordination going on in there. I like it.
What they're called? They're called Duplos. Here you go.
These?
Yeah, because that was the compromise I made with you when you said you wanted Legos, because those at least don't hurt as bad when I step on them.
So ironically, in this book here, there was a chapter that I read before I swapped over to audio, and there was this page where the husband is talking about parent life, and he says something along the lines of, like, no matter how much I vacuum and mop the floor, I always find a piece of Lego that I stand on. And I was like, I feel this in my soul. Like, no matter how much I vacuum or mop our floor, I will always find a piece of food that Addie has thrown while she eats, because she is literally just like a. And I'm like,
well.
Now that two of us diamond paint in this house, no matter how much we sweep and mop, we will always find drills all over the house. And we don't really know whose drills or whose. They're just there.
I have to make sure I only do it in this room, because I am going to, otherwise I'll leave choking hazards all over the place for Addie. So I have to be careful. So we were rejoined by the lovely Lexi, who woke back up, ate breakfast and got 9% in Jackal. Fantastic. Chapter 45 of The Veiled Throne, only 2 more chapters to go. Good morning, Brianna. Reading I'm Not Supposed to Die Tonight and loving it. Fantastic. Na 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 na, which I love. Every time that name comes up, no one knows how to say it without being like mouthful, so they just call her Na. And I was like, I need to know what your actual name is so I can call you by your actual name if you're willing to disclose that information. Na 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 na. I don't know. I feel like I should. Lunch. What are the plans? And read 10 pages. Productive sprint. Another 30 pages done. Fantastic. Hello, cool gamer. Trying to catch up on my videos, but I never can get close. Oh, I feel this in my soul, John. Don't worry about it. Yes. So I should probably drop the link for the next sprint before I forget to do so. Yeah. Boom.
I've been watching so much diamond painting crap.
I'm so excited to keep going with my jigsaw.
That, like, I've just been neglecting BookTube. So, like, I have, like, 6 videos from Raven-Haired Reader that I've not watched.
Yeah.
We're going to watch all 6 now. I'm probably just going to watch the one that she uploaded 18 hours ago. And call it a day.
So lately I've been listening to YouTube videos as I drive to and from work. But now that I am not driving anymore and I'm catching the train, I've been doing a lot more reading instead of watching YouTube, which means I'm falling even further behind. It's bad. Yeah. I really wanted to join Margaret on her sprints so that she wasn't like by herself, and do some more diamond painting and more reading. But my child has literally spent the last 2 hours fighting going back to sleep because I'm not there putting her to sleep. Like, my mum and Anthony have literally been fighting her for 2 hours so that I can be on these sprints. So I'm like, I feel really selfish for me to be like, you guys keep struggling. I'm just going to stay in here in my little bubble room. So I'll probably go and get her to bed and then destroy it in the comments, I think. But I take it you're going to be joining Margaret, Neva, because you're like still like awake.
I'm still here. I'm still holding on.
You haven't got to the crazy phase yet. Usually this is when you go a bit crazy.
I was like, at noon, bro, we're taking a nap. Like, I hope you know. I'm putting this hair in this black bonnet right here, and I'm laying my head on the pillow and I'm going to sleep. She was like, do we have to take a nap? And I was like, yes. Because your mom's been up for 24 hours on these sprints.
That's because of the 24-hour sprint.
Yeah. So what do we do what do we do after 24-hour sprints? Brittany was on earlier. You saw Brittany before you went to bed, bro. Because Brittany is probably parenting.
No, she's probably babysitting.
I don't think so.
She's probably babysitting.
I don't think so, buddy.
Oh, there's an Ash in the background. Hi, Ash.
There was Rogue Ash. Crystal says hi. Hi. Ash says hi.
I heard his hi.
Hi.
So this is a spoiler for those that are watching. There's 21 of you here that are getting the spoiler. I don't think that's too many people. I am not going to be playing.
Hi, Crystal.
Hi.
And that's Paige.
I'm not going to be playing the physical.
Paige.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi. Yeah, I'm not going to be playing the physical Pick-Pong for my October TBR. I've already filmed it, and I played the random number generator version.
Oh.
Oh, that one's empty too.
To say that I understand
this one
why people hate the random number generator version is an understatement.
I'm so excited. You're so fucked.
I love how we're just
so when we finish, I'll
reveling in her pain.
Well, I mean, to be fair, it's only fair enough that after 3 years of people using this random number generator version and getting their own suffering, that when I finally choose to do it, it gives me pain in return. But
my receptionist soul is happy.
The suffering will continue.
Yes.
But it'll be fine because it'll probably be full of smart. Because I was like, if I'm going to suffer, I may as well do it with smart. So I was like, I'm just going to have like my actual version and then a smarty version just in case. Because my plan was to read a bunch of smart for rom-com-a-thon, and then it probably isn't going to happen at this rate. So I'm trying to catch up. Yeah.
Wow.
So in 10 minutes, we'll be moving over to Margaret's channel. So there's no point in us jumping into another sprint. Is there anything that either of you have coming out that you would like to plug while you are hanging out here?
I don't have anything to plug, but I'm doing Spook-Ople-a-Thon for next month.
So I impulsively decided to do Spook-Ople-a-Thon. I was at work when Brittany told me about Spook-Ople-a-Thon, and I was like, I'm already hosting a readathon in October, or co-hosting a readathon in October. And then I was like, okay, well then I've also got to do Pick-Pong-A-Thon, or Pick-Pong, sorry, I'm so used to saying Pick-Pong-A-Thon, Pick-Pong. So then that's 2 TBRs that I need to try and juggle. Let's just do 4 roles for Spook-Ople-a-Thon. And of course, thankfully, I didn't get any doubles, so it's just the 4 roles. But those 4 roles do not in any way link with any of the others. So when I originally did it, it was like 11 books I had to read. And then I came up with the version of doing the smut version, and I managed to get it down to 7 books. And I was like, see, smut coming in hard, saving my life once again.
Love it.
It just helps. It just helps. It's gonna be good.
That's my little icon.
I love it so much. Did you put that out specifically for that, or was it for something else?
No. It's a fox and cactus design. They're killer. They're stickers. And I just stuck it on a piece of paper and used it. I have like a whole sheet of them.
Nice. Nicely done. So you told me the retelling that I need to do, didn't you? I've already asked you guys that.
Yes.
Emily McIntyre.
Emily McIntyre Crossed. Okay. And then I'm needing to do actually, you can probably help me come up with a better one. I currently have credence for a smut book that has mental health rep, but I'm really not sure I want to read credence. Any suggestions for an alternate?
You need a smut book with mental health rep?
Yeah.
Oh,
The one that like just came to my brain is very long, and I don't think you want to read it right now.
Yeah, I kind of want a shorter option if possible.
one
Or
of
one with an
the
audio.
Talia Hibbert, like the Girl Like Her series. What rap have they got? Where is my brain?
I think my daughter has finally gone to sleep.
Oh, that's so exciting. A Girl Like Her.
A Girl Like Her.
Just double checking. She's like recovering from an abusive relationship. And
oh, I've seen this cover everywhere.
It's good. It's really, really good.
Heaps of people are reading it for Thick Thighs Readathon, aren't they?
Yeah.
Okay. Did you read it for Thick Thighs? And it was good.
I read it years ago.
Oh, okay. All right, I'll put that as an option in case I don't feel like doing step siblings.
Okay.
That is Credence. Cool. That's a good option. Well, I might wrap up here, and that will give people a chance to get ready to pop over to Margaret's and give Neva a chance to like pee or get a coffee or whatever she needs to do before she has to jump on to the next one. I'm going to go see if my daughter is actually asleep, and I will probably see you all in the comments over at Margaret's channel. The link is here starred. Make sure you go head over to the Word Nerd Margaret for the next 4-hour sprints to round us off for 24-hour readathon. Thank you everybody for joining, and until next time, happy reading. Bye.